Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwadner, and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, with the great pleasure and privilege of speaking with Peter Ostrow. He is Vice President at Forrester, and he focuses on revenue enablement. Welcome, Peter.
Thanks, Gerhard. Good to catch up again.
Describe the tsunami of AI that's descending on the sales enablement community.
Everything that we do every day with our little type forwards in all of the different apps that we use, whether it's the Office suite or online apps, it's been AI for quite a long time. The difference now is the shiny object moment because OpenAI has introduced all of us to this very different version through ChatGPT. In our space, Gerhard, it's been around for a while in its AI form. It's the ML component that's getting to be stronger and newer. The difference between AI and ML, from my perspective, is that AI is just a dumb machine doing what you tell it to do very, very fast. ML is when it actually learns and gets smarter in the context of your interactions with that pile of data.
And that's why we have created the AI for Sales Summit, December 6th and 7th. And you're one of the keynote speakers. Can you share a little bit about what you are going to share with the audience in terms of practical ideas that they can apply and win in 2024?
We'll highlight 6 for today, and these are sort of 6 quick little hints for enablement leaders. The first is to make sure that they're using it to replace interns and not sellers. We have a lot of foundational work that's near the bottom of our own personal skill set. You can have an intern or you can have AI do that for you. But it's that upper piece, the 20%, just to throw out a random number, of core competencies as a seller that I still bring to the table if I'm good at my job. Number 2 would be for enablement leaders to reverse the trend that we've been telling them about for quite a while, which is to take all of your technology and keep it to yourselves. Don't involve IT any more than you have to. Kind of going to do a bit of a reverse on that, because if you're not aware and cognizant and strong in understanding how your own personal enablement organizational data lake is built and managed and curated, you're going to lose. Number 3 is for the revenue enablement leaders out there to make sure that their skills are evolving. Number 4 would be to upskill everyone else. So if enablement is doing its job well as an agent of change, it's staying ahead of the curve and understanding what do our great sellers need to look like tomorrow? How different is that from what our great sellers look like today? And how can we make sure we get those folks there? The 5th out of these 6 is to, not literally, but figuratively, make sure that enablement is getting themselves a PhD in governance. And then the 6th and final point for enablement leaders that we'll talk about is something that I already mentioned, which is to not confuse AI and ML. You know, it's just not that simple. And when any vendor comes to anybody who's a practitioner in the enablement space and says, our product has AI and ML, my suggestion politely is throw them out the door.
There are 2 things that I'm missing here in this conversation. One is you talk about machine learning, you talk about ChatGPT, but the AI capabilities emerging that are really mind-blowing, like typing in a prompt and say, I would like to have a 2-minute video.
I saw the one that you built. I saw it.
With price objection. Will it supplement content creators or supplant content creators?
Supplement. Yeah. The supplanting will be by not being really good at the competencies that enablers need to be good at, which includes how to manage the data lake, how to understand privacy, security, how to manage prompt engineering. The wondrous thing about ChatGPT, as you personally have done, just play with it. The difference is when we apply it, whether it's our own homegrown or through one of our enablement vendors, to our stuff. That's where the rubber's got to meet the road. We need to make sure that enablement folks are spending their time perfecting what the machine looks at, reviewing what the machine pops out. It's not hard to predict that this is going to make significant changes in how enablement, and let's face it, almost every job in B2B revenue teams is going to evolve.
What about the guardrails? I think there's legislation that AI-generated video need to have a watermark. What about AI-generated blog posts? Should authors reveal that 80% of that was written by AI?
Yes, everything that's AI produced should have a proper attribution. Every chart we published says, this is where the data came from. This is when we did the data research. This is the number of respondents. This is the question that we asked. Totally transparent. that's the way research is done when it's done well.
What about if I go to 11labs.com and upload your voice that we just recorded in this video interview and make you say, hi, I'm Peter Ostrow, and I don't have a beard, and I never lie?
I would like to see that. Absolutely. I want you to know that I recently did the 23andMe test, and I found that one of my distant ancestors invented the wheel. That's how I roll.
Peter, I'm really amazed by how much research you have done into AI and the revenue enablement. And I'm very grateful that you have agreed to speak at our Sales 3.0 conference in December. And there's a link below where anybody can sign up and hear Peter Ostrow share his wisdom. Thank you, Peter.